Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow alchemists. Chinese Alchemist here. Today, talking about spiritual pests and transmuting these toxic things in your life into gold. And what is a spiritual pest? A spiritual pest is anything in your life that's toxic to your spiritual growth and well-being. So this could be eating things with a lot of heavy metals in them, for example, eating a lot of processed foods, or surrounding yourself with friends that are toxic, frenemies. You know, they say that they're your friends, but they are not actually good for you. They hold you back. They tell you, no, you can't, you're not supposed to do this in your life, when in reality, that is the thing that you're supposed to do. That is your true soul's purpose and soul's mission in this lifetime. So, let me go a little bit more into that. I want to touch on two specific topics related to spiritual pests, which are the law of transference and the law of congruence. Right here, it's 70 degrees here in sunny Sedona, Arizona. I'm wearing this nice silk shirt and this nice talisman, this nice amulet. It makes me calm. It's turquoise. And the reason why I do this is because you think one negative thought and 10 other negative thoughts come your way. So, for example, I think of one thing, and because neurons that wire together fire together by thinking this one negative thought. Say, for example, I have beef with this person. I'm not gonna let it go. Then 10 other negative thoughts will flood your mind. The neurons that fire together wire together. Law of congruence. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. And then the law of transference means that you're going to transfer this energy this toxic energy from your thought vibrations into the thought vibrations of those people around you. Okay? So the law of congruence means that you think these thoughts, and because your mind is so fixated on these thoughts, it wants to be congruent when you're talking to other people about it too. And everything is energy. So transference means that the neurons that wire together fire together in your brain, and psychically through the psychic mediums. Napoleon Hill talks about this in Think and Grow Rich, Outwitting the Devil, and The Mysteries of Sexual Transmutation, among other books. Everything, these thought forms, that you have these thoughts and they pass on to other people. They wire together not only in your brain, but through the mastermind principle. They wire together through the people that you have intimate relations with, those you have deep conversations with, and have regular contact with. So, what I'm trying to say is, your thoughts can dominate you if you let it. But only if you let it. That's why things such as mindfulness meditation are so powerful, because you become aware of your thoughts and realize that these thoughts are not actually you. They're just thoughts that you have in your brain, and you can choose what to do with these thoughts, whether to take them on as part of your essence, or to just let it go and realize that, like a bystander, you are not your thoughts. In fact, you're not even your actions. You're not your emotions. You are not this body. You are not this mind. We are eternal spiritual beings having a human experience, as Aaron Doughty says in his videos. And that's a fact, you know. We are eternal spiritual beings having a human experience. And that's why it's so important to get rid of these spiritual pests. I've had to deal with this in Sedona. I've had to cut off people I love, you know. And I'm working towards loving everybody, but I'm realized that true love starts with the self, and if you're not able to love yourself, then you're not able to love anybody else. And sometimes having true love for yourself means having very tight boundaries with people who are spiritual pests, and people, even those who are your close friends or family relations, that do not help with your soul's evolvement in this lifetime. So, some people might see it as you're cutting them off or you're not being nice to them, but sometimes the best thing is to take time for yourself and have those tight boundaries, because sometimes that is the greatest act of self-love that you could do in a given moment. Famous alchemists in the past, in not only the Chinese lineages where I'm from, but also the Japanese, and also other lineages from all across Europe, across Asia, across the Americas, from the Aztecs to the Toltecs, from the Mayas to the medieval times, from Ponce de Leon to the ancient Chinese, who have worked to transmute these base lead metals and mercury, these toxic heavy metals, into gold, into solid gold. Just like Paulo Coelho talks about in his book, The Alchemist, is that, just think about this, okay? Lead has 62 atoms in it. 69, excuse me. Gold has 62. So, what happened to the 6 missing atoms? Sometimes the act of alchemy, the act of transmutation, is to just get rid of those toxins, those 7 atoms in your life, whatever they may be. They might be something related to the 7 cardinal sins, for example, or they might be 7 people or entities in your environment that are poisoning you. Get rid of them. Get rid of these 7 spiritual pests. I challenge you, for those watching, the 7 atomic particles, get rid of those. Transmute the lead into gold. Lead 69 into PB, into AU 62. Get rid of those 7 missing spiritual, get rid of those 7 spiritual pests. Go live your life. Tell everybody in your life, that all your loved ones, those you truly care about, to do the same. Because I'm telling you right now, not everything in your life is good for you. Sometimes the greatest act of creation is destruction. In Graham Greene's The Book, The Destructors, he says that destruction can be an act of creation. And when you're destroying those spiritual pests in your life, that is an ultimate act of self-love. Because you're getting rid of bad habits, bad people, bad things in your environment. And elimination of those things will take you to the next level in your life. Surround yourself with the people who will elevate you, who not only tolerate you, but celebrate you. Right now, I'm grateful to have loving roommates and have a stable living situation. That's why I feel relaxed in my silk shirt and my talisman of calm and serenity. Shout out to Infinity Rael, my friend who made this piece. Amazing metalsmith. Anyways, spiritual pests, that's the topic for today. And this is the Chinese Alchemist. I'm telling you right now, think about it. Just think about what I'm saying, okay? Elimination of things that do not serve you will do you good. It will take your frequency from one state to the next, from one stage of evolution to the next stage of evolution. And I'm here in sunny Sedona. I left Cleveland, Ohio, a place that I grew up in, because it wasn't serving me anymore. And I was being my own spiritual pest. You know, sometimes you are your own spiritual pest. You get in the way of yourself. And as much as I'd like to blame other people for the limitations of my life, I know that in order to evolve, I have to accept responsibility for not only the actions of others and my environment, these spiritual pests around me, but also accept responsibility for the fact that I have the power to shift my outer reality. And how do I shift my outer reality? By realizing that I am an alchemist, just like you are all alchemists. And you can transmute spiritual pests into positivity and love and peace and serenity and inner peace and calm. To everyone, those around you, all of the people around you, everyone around you. I'm telling you right now, I'm so grateful to be here in Sedona, Arizona, next to this pueblo. And I'll continue making these daily videos for you. I would love to hear your feedback. Please drop it in the comments below. And as always, alchemy, think about the ways you can transmute the spiritual pests in your life and the things that serve you. I touched on some topics the last few days, including the 4 most common blocks to personal alchemy, which are being hungry, angry, lonely, and tired, as well as a practice, holotropic breathwork, that will take your life to the next frequency, the next stage. And today I touched on the things that you have to let go of, the spiritual pests, and that might be toxicity or anything else. Until next time, peace.